Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I thought I'd make this video because for the past, I don't know, like 8 months, I've been worried about my acceptance into Georgetown. So I applied like a couple of days before the deadline. I had my alumni interview. The lady said that I'd make a perfect fit for the school. She seemed to really like me. And then I wrote my 3 essays. I applied to the School of Foreign Service. It's one of the most competitive schools, at least that's what I've been told. So I thought, as I sit here waiting for my acceptance or rejection or waitlist that will come out tomorrow, I thought I'd tell you some tips that I learned, or some things that I learned that if you are looking to get into Georgetown might want to know, like I did. So first, I learned that the postage makes a big difference. So if your letter is 65 cents, that's like the postage price, then that means that's an acceptance. And if it's 50%, then it's either a waitlist or rejection. So if you have informed delivery, you can figure that out. Mine has decided not to work, which is probably for the best because I don't really want to know right now, but I want to know. So it's like, but I want to know by like the letter, so that's how you'll know. If it's an acceptance, it'll have 4 sheets of paper in it. I think it has a colored sheet of paper, but I'm not entirely sure. And then if you got rejected, it's 1. And then if it's waitlist, I think it's like 2. You'll know if you got accepted by the word saying like, "We are pleased to inform you." And if you got rejected, it'll start off with like, "Dear whoever, the committee's board." And if it says the committee board, then that means you were not accepted. What are some other things? They mailed out the decision letter for regular decision on March 27th, I think in the afternoon. It was a Wednesday. I live in St. Louis and it has not come in. It's been 2 days. It's currently Friday. Almost going to be Saturday. They said that it'll be available on the portal by Saturday night, 5 p.m., which is 4 p.m. here. I hope I get my letter though. What else? I got accepted into both American and George Washington. So I don't really have I have good grades, like an average ACT and an average SAT, but nothing like extreme. But I did do a volunteer project in Nepal for 2 weeks that I talked about in my essay and in my interview that I paid for myself and everything. It was like building a school. I've traveled a lot and I plan on going into the Peace Corps and really doing a lot of service, and I'm very politically active, so I hope to be in the Georgetown 2023 class, but I'm currently freaking out. If you want to find out more information like I did, you can go on YouTube and find so many other people's channels of top 10 things that they like about Georgetown and top things that they didn't. And you can go, if you search Georgetown College Confidential, it'll give you a bunch of threads on it of people being accepted, what they've learned, alumni talking about it. And right now I'm just kind of weighing my options at the moment. I'm hoping to get accepted, so I have to pick between the 3, and it's a no-brainer. I'll probably go for Georgetown, obviously, but if you are deciding about a DC school, there are some things that you have to think about. American is not as well known. I found out that it's Georgetown, George Washington, and then American. American is further away than everything else, not as well known. They don't really give good financial aid. They don't have a metro station, but they have I went and visited, and they have a campus style feel-ish, but they are on Embassy Lane and right next to Homeland Security, so that's kind of an internship possibility, I guess. And then George Washington has its own metro station, but it's an urban campus, so if you're worried about the college feel, then that's not the school for you, because it's It's spread out, but it's really pretty. And I went to go visit Foggy Bottom, and I absolutely loved it. Like, you're 5 minutes away from the White House, so you're right there in front of everything. So honestly, it's not that bad, and I think that like the support system will be okay. Kind of worried about that though, because some people were talking about how it's hard to make friends, so a little worried about that. Also, I heard about a Decades bar that's around there. It's like a club, and it's 3 floors, and so like top floor is 2000s, second floor is 90s, and bottom row is like 80s, I think. And very excited for that. So so yeah, for the past week I've been freaking myself out. I've been watching YouTube videos. I've been looking on Instagram. I keep looking through the same things of like them posting. Like today I got a Twitter notification that said like Georgetown tweeted something like congratulations to the future 2023 class Hoya Saxons who found out that they're the newest members of our family. And I was like, all day I sat patiently through school waiting to get home. I got out of my car, I ran to the mailbox. I opened the mailbox and I'm like looking through the mail, and do I see a Georgetown letter? No, I don't. So you can imagine my disappointment when I thought it would be here. It's really disappointing. But they tell you April 1st, and I thought I was going to have to wait till Monday. But actually they sent it out a little bit before that. So Saturday, I should know by tomorrow by 4 p.m. if my letter doesn't come. But I'm very worried because I want to rip it open, but I don't. And I want to I've been thinking about it for so long, like, what if I get in, then I can do this, and what if this, and it's got such a great program that I really want to go into, and it's one of the most competitive ones. And I did find out that they accepted 23,000 people applied, 1,600 students got accepted, and that's a 14% acceptance rate. But like the thing is, I got accepted into American and it had 19,000 people apply and 1,760 people accepted. That's a 9% acceptance rate. So I know they're not the same like bar as them, but like so yeah, the next part of this video will probably be me opening my letter, and I'm either going to be crying because of sadness or screaming with joy. So, we'll see. Excuse me. So, I didn't get into Georgetown, as you saw in the video. I was just kind of like shocked. Like, I didn't think I was gonna get in, but also like I had hope that I was gonna get in, you know. I really wanted it. I've wanted it for about 2 years now to get in. But I know that it's a really competitive school. They only accepted 1,600 students out of 23,000 that applied. So it's not a high acceptance rate, and I don't necessarily have like the highest GPA or the highest ACT score, but I thought that my interview, my essays went really well. So I mean, it's just like all of the learning experience. I mean, in the video I looked really shocked, and like I'm just kind of like staring at it because it just kind of hit me, and I was really hoping in that moment that I'd get in. And so then I just like paused the video, and then I like went to my dad, and I cried for like 20 minutes, like sobbing, like worst moment of my life. But I like made a Facebook post for George Washington. I've officially committed to George Washington, and I'm really excited about it. Actually, I'm gonna be in the heart of DC. I really wanted to go to a DC college, and I had my choice between 2 of them. So it's my worst case scenario is not to getting into any of them. So I'm gonna be there, and I could always transfer if I wanted to, or go to grad school at Georgetown if I get in. So I'm still gonna get all the same opportunities. And I made my Facebook post on the George Washington site, and I found my roommate, and I love her. I think we're gonna be amazing friends, so that made me really excited to go to George Washington now. I go to the the preview day, April 19th, so that's super exciting. But yeah, I applied to Loyola Chicago, Webster University, American, George Washington, and Georgetown, and I got into all of them except Georgetown. But I've officially committed, so that's really exciting. I'm excited to go to college and experience the college life. It was really sad for about a day, but I mean, you get over it, and I'm keeping the letter for hopefully in a year. When I look back on this moment, I realize that I made the right choice of going to George Washington, and I still had the time of my life, because it's what you make of it. And even if you don't get into the college of your dreams, I know so many. My friend didn't get into Vanderbilt, my other friend didn't get into Stanford, and my one friend didn't get into Penn. Like, there's so many schools that you hope to get into, but you always go back to where you're supposed to be. So also, peep the reusable straw. Peep it, okay? But yeah, I mean, if you don't get into the college that you want to get into, trust me, once you like find a roommate, you get so excited. Like, I'm so unbelievably excited to go, because my roommate's like exactly like me. We connect so well, and I feel like once we like, because she lives in Florida and I live in St. Louis, so I feel like once we like move in and everything, we're just gonna become like best friends. And it honestly made me so much more excited to go to college, and just in general, after getting like a rejection letter that hurt a lot, because you realize that like you're gonna make friends anywhere, and it's just super exciting.